YouTube! How are you guys? How are you doing? Welcome to a new video. Yes, I went missing one more time because apparently I love doing that in the middle of, well, a tutorial. Because that's the best time to actually miss out on stuff. So, I did promise last week that I will actually post, but of course I lied and I did not post. The reason really being because I, well, thought a break was good, right? I didn't take a break in quite some time and I thought, hey, it's good to take a break. Let's just slow down a little and actually, kind of think about stuff. And, well, of course, I didn't really do that. What I did was play a lot of video games, stay with my family and stuff, and it was really, really good because Easter was there. So, happy Easter to all of you. So, what I did realize while I was actually on this break was it's been 5 months. 5 months since I actually started this YouTube journey stuff, and actually 5 months since I actually learned quite a bit on how to post, how to, well, edit videos and so on and so forth. And I actually wanted to share all this with you. Of course, this is also a way for me to mask the fact that I didn't have time to actually record a video for Blender, and because I'm actually changing the system of filming a little bit. Before I actually tell you everything about this video, look at this. Oh yeah, that's a new figurine, and that's Sasuke, and it actually looked really cool, and it actually cost $20. Did you have to know that? No. I also have a plant now, just because, well, a little more color wouldn't, break me. It's pretty good. It's a good life, isn't it? You know what will make it even better? Well, if you would actually click the subscribe button and also the like button on this video, because I would really, really love to see that. And because if you will do that, well, I have really nothing, but I will definitely be super, super thankful to you. And even if you won't do it, I will be thankful to you for just clicking on this video. So thank you a lot. So, before anything, I want to say this. This video will actually cover 3 main subjects. What did I learn in these 5 months? What is a good amount of expectation versus a reality check? And of course, what exactly am I gonna do with this channel? Because I did say I'm gonna change the system again. So, let's actually get right into it. Oh yeah! I really hope I'm gonna make this transition work, because otherwise it's gonna be really cringe. Oh my god. Yeah, so let's actually talk a little bit about YouTube. So first things first, in these 5 months I did actually learn quite a bit. And I do want to talk to you because if you're actually looking at this video, more probably than not, you want to actually start posting your own videos. Either it's on YouTube, either it's on any other social platform. This advice is actually kind of work for you. And let's actually go with the first one. The first one is well, about your videos and about how things really works out, because all of us probably hope that, first of all, hopefully all of us have kind of the same background. So either you have a job, either you're a student or something, or you have school or maybe a life or friends or whatever, and you will not have all the time in the world to create videos. You will actually have limited amount of time. Well, that is actually kind of what I'm into, because, well, I have a job as well, a 9-to-5 job, and then I'm filming and I'm editing and all that, and I'm posting the videos, and trust me, I found out how hard that is. So if you actually look at the beginning of my YouTube channel, I actually posted the first big tutorial, like the first course really about the train, which is the introduction course, which, by the way, if you're new to Blender, go watch that. It's actually really good. It's very detailed. I explain everything from point A to point Z, really, about really everything you need to know about modeling and shading and lighting and all the good stuff. You will be able to animate your first scene for sure with that. So, with that actually being said and out of the way, I actually want to talk about what that actually meant, because to do that, I did realize very fast that it was not sustainable. Posting every day was a really big mistake, which I kind of regretted at the point in time, because I was really unable to do anything else because of the job, and because I had to, well, film and edit and do all that. It was super hard to keep up with everything. And if you're watching this, don't think that, just being able to film, it's enough. No. So here's the first thing that you have to know. You have to know a few programs. So if you're gonna start out, I'm gonna presume you won't have a budget. Or even if you have a budget, I'm gonna talk about it in a few minutes. But starting from $0, it's everything from scratch. Here's the deal. You will need to know how to use a photo editor, how to use a video editor, and of course how to use a video recording device and, well, software. And again, hopefully the way I started this, it's with the camera from my laptop, and actually even without that, because I didn't want to show my face in the first videos. I think it was the 10th video when I showed my face or something. And yeah, you can also do that, and I know a lot of people that do that, and it works out pretty good. And of course, if you don't want to buy a camera or whatever, it works pretty well. But the first thing you need to know is, well, OBS. You need to kind of learn a little bit on how to use it, because it's not just, oh, you turn OBS on and it's done. Well, it could be if you want to do it that way, but I personally advise you to look a little bit into it on how to make the video you're recording a little sharper. So there are some filters you can apply to it. I'll probably make a video on that if you do want that, so leave it in the comments if that's the case. And also, if you use a mic or if you're going to talk, which, by the way, I do think it's a better thing, because I did realize that people have a little bit of a better connection with you if they do actually see you and hear you explaining, instead of just, hearing a music in the background and see you do stuff. Plus, it's just better, let's be honest. You should actually learn how to put some filters to actually make the sound a little better. I'm not saying I'm an expert at this point, but trust me, it was way worse before, and I think now at least it works a little better. Hopefully. If not, this is a really bad example. Don't listen to me, listen to someone that actually knows what the hell they do. Another thing I did learn, you have to use the photo editor, which, of course, there are a few softwares you can use, but the most used ones are, of course, Photoshop. If you have money and a budget, or if you can pirate it, I don't say you have to, or you should, but if you do that, good for you. Or you can use the free software, which is called GIMP. It's an open source, just like Blender is, and that's the one I use, and I think it's really good, only you do have to give it a little bit of time. It's a little harder to use than Photoshop, because it's free, and because it's not as shiny and as nice. But I think it's still pretty good and it can do the job. Then comes the big guy, the video editor. And here's the thing with the video editor. You actually can either learn it, either not learn it. And that's where the budget thing actually comes in mind. If you have a budget, right, and we're not talking about devices, because if you do want to talk about that, I do recommend you to either buy a camera or a mic. I would rather recommend you the mic first, because trust me, people actually enjoy more a good quality sound. Because the video, they might not look at the video necessarily, they will look more at the recorded stuff rather than your face, in case your face is not the main thing they will have to see, like in this case, for example. And yeah, you should really kind of learn how to use a video editor. Again, you can use Adobe Premiere or After Effects or something. I personally use DaVinci Resolve. It's free and it's really good, and a lot of people do use it and kind of create add-ons for this software for you to use for free afterwards. Why not? And with this actually being said, the real question is, why should you learn to use all this? Well, the photo editor is probably, I would say, the most important, and the reason for it is because you have to learn how to create thumbnails. Thumbnails and titles are probably the most important part of your video, and A lot of you probably think that is such a stupid idea because you want to make good videos. And I totally understand you. I was as naive as you were. And that's absolutely not true. You have to actually understand that if you're not able to bring people in, which you won't, that's another big thing you have to understand, right? I'll talk about this a little more in the expectation part, but if you're going to start from zero with no one to actually help you around, the only persons that will really watch your videos, at least the first 3 or 4 videos, are gonna be you, maybe your family and your friends. Like if you ask them like I did, that's really kind of it. No one really will engage with your videos, because here's the deal, you're not the only one that posts on YouTube, okay? Yes, your videos might be one of the best videos out there, but the problem is, are there like tens of millions of people post videos every day? Probably tens of thousands started posting videos right that day that you started as well. You have to just be better than all of them at once, and sometimes it's not something you will be able to do, and especially if the algorithm doesn't know you, it cannot just promote you out of nowhere. It is the reality of how these things kind of are, but this is also a good opportunity to try stuff out, because here is the deal. The first 3 videos, I advise you to consider them as pure sacrifices. Sacrifices that you will just learn from. This is how I did it. Learn how to post videos, and trust me, probably you'll laugh at a video and laugh at me right now that posting a video on YouTube is not that hard. You just click on the post video and that's kind of it. But it's not really that easy. You have to post a video, choose a title, put the tags, and a big thing, by the way, I didn't know that in the beginning. If you're going to choose, you have a button, I probably will show it up here. You have a button that says to keep it just for adults. And if you're going to press yes, if you're going to press that you can let underage people watch this, your comments are gonna be disabled. So don't click on that. Always choose no, so that your comments are actually gonna be turned on, so that people can actually comment on your videos. Otherwise, they will not be able to, because you're basically deactivating your comments, which I think is such a stupid thing YouTube does. But it's what they're doing. I discovered it because in the first few videos, people could not comment. And I know that because some friends told me, and I was like, what the hell? I didn't choose that. That's why that happens. And I think it's important for you to know that, even with the title and even with the thumbnail. Because even if you get all those, you need to get another thing pretty well, which is editing. Editing is really, really important, and that's why I was saying that if you do have a budget, you probably should let someone actually do the editing for you. And the reason for it, it's because, well, think about it this way, and I'll give myself as an example. I film usually, at least when I do Blender, I film like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and then editing takes me around maybe another 3-4 hours, sometimes more. It depends what I try to do. And trust me, it's really fun, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of time and you are going to waste a lot of time. Now, if you want to be able to do more creative stuff and less of the editing, which is still creative, but in a different way, just hire someone to edit for you. If you can afford it, just then, trust me. And another thing with the affordable stuff, because a lot of people probably think, I will just make money out of YouTube. You won't make money out of YouTube. Again, I will talk a little bit more about this in the expectations part, which is actually kind of around the corner, but just for you to know, it's not that easy to actually get to be monetized, and you have to keep that in mind for probably a long period of time. You're going to do it out of passion, or just hoping that you're gonna get some money at some point in time. Or scamming people. Hopefully you're not gonna scam people, because that would be shitty. Imagine I say this and at some point in the future I'm actually gonna scam someone. That will be so bad. Yeah, I hope I will not do that. Please call me out if I will ever do that. So, having all this said, what did we learn so far, right? You have to really understand how to use the programs, the recording ones, the devices you're using, And of course, if you want or not to use a video editor or to do it yourself. Another big thing that you have to think about is what is the public you're going to get to. Because here's the deal, if you're gonna make tutorials about stuff like Blender or DaVinci Resolve or whatever, you're going to have a much more niche and linear public. Even for me right now, so I'm doing the Blender tutorials, but also the Gamers Weekend, which is a little more entertaining based. And I do that because I like it a lot, but also because it gives me more versatility to my public, because a lot more people can watch that. Well, here is the problem. Usually you kind of have to keep to the same thing, because your channel should be known for one thing, but it's not always the case, and also you can kind of mix stuff up. At least this is what I think, and this is what I learned. For example, this channel, I consider it more of a gaming development channel, a game development channel, because I do Blender for, 3D assets in games and stuff. And so talking about games still kind of makes part of that, but it just is a better way for me to integrate more people into this world, and I think it's just working better. Plus, I have a really good time doing it, so I'm gonna keep doing it because I love it. Again, I'm gonna talk about it a little later on because I'm changing a little bit of stuff, but you will see at the end of the video, so stick around till then. So, having all this said, another big thing that you have to understand is who do you really make the videos for, and how much should you expect people to like your videos? And yes, we're at the part where it's expectations versus reality. What will really happen? Again, this kind of culminates everything that I said, and I would say this is the most important lesson that I gave to myself. First things first, when I did start this YouTube channel, and if you did watch my first videos, you'll probably know I did mention quite a bit of times I did not think this will actually last. I thought maybe 5 videos is the most I can do, and then I give up. It didn't happen that way, but here's another problem. Because people started to actually subscribe to my channel, I kind of got a little bit dependent on that. Every single day I was saying a subscriber, it felt so good, and it still feels so good till this day. By the way, subscribe, because it feels so good till this day. But here's the problem. Every time I was not seeing someone subscribing, I was, well, freaking out. Really. And that's not a good idea, because you're going to get to do a lot of mistakes because of that single fact. And really, that also went to another big point, which is I was setting really unrealistic expectations to myself. So starting from I'll probably do 5 videos and be good because I will not be able to do it, I went to, okay, in 3 months I will have a monetized channel. Because here's the deal, your channel will not make money for a long time. That's what I said. And you know why is that? Well, you have a few conditions to actually get to be able to get money from YouTube. You have to have 500 subscribers and 3,000 public watch hours, or 3 million views on a short, or one shorts. And can that happen? Well, I have 92 videos at this point in time on YouTube, most of them being long content format, and I have 1,037 hours of public watch time, which I can't say it's necessarily good or bad. I think it's okay, and like 7.5 thousand views on a short, which is not that good, but again, I'm not making shorts, at least not too many shorts, and really it's okay. But yeah, I was really kind of sad when I saw that I'm not getting there. And yeah, that's the thing, sometimes you will not get subscribers. That's a good thing to learn. It's not gonna feel good, trust me, even if you do know that, and even if you do expect that, it will still suck. And it's fine, but you have to understand that sometimes, well, most of the time in the beginning, you're not gonna get a lot of people in, and it's fine. Actually, a good thing that I did learn, and it did happen to me even with the last video, is even doing everything that I just said right, which by the way, there's one more secret that I did not talk about, and I'm gonna say it right about after I finish this sentence. sometimes your videos will not do that great of a job, and really the reason for it, it's not necessarily because you failed, it's just because sometimes it's just not happening. Probably you did something wrong, don't get me wrong. If your videos are not performing, most of the time it's because you did something wrong and you should try to fix it. But sometimes it's just not happening. People are not clicking with it and it's fine. You at least tried something. Now you can just go back and rewrite what you did. And talking about rewriting, what I did learn from the last video, which was kind of a fail, so I still think that thumbnail is really good, however the title I would say was really bad, and the reason for that is I chose the first title I thought of, which is a bad idea. Always when you choose a title, because again it's super important, I do recommend you to never choose the first version, always try to write more versions and try to pick the better one. I think it's a better thing to do. So with that actually being said, and with all this talk around how you should be doing YouTube, I think the biggest thing is learn how to really post the videos. Try to make them as well as you can, especially in the beginning, and not caring too much about the subscribers and the numbers, because it's not gonna be too good, trust me. And don't set too big of expectations, because it's gonna suck. And now for that secret I talked about, they are called hashtags. And not a lot of people do talk about, and trust me, I did watch a lot of how to create your YouTube channel, how to post YouTubes on YouTube. I looked at a lot of those and none of them really mention how important hashtags are. And trust me, I for one hate people that use a lot of hashtags. And now I'm one of those people. And if you do look at my channel, that's one video that actually kind of changed all that trajectory. And now I'm doing all this. It's the IQ video, and actually it's because I did use hashtags for the first time there, and it blew. Those videos were the best videos I had. Actually, the video with a creator animated shader is probably my best video so far. It's the long format video with 1000 views, which for me it's huge. I have almost 200 subscribers, and that made 1000 views. Those numbers are insane for me. So yeah, that's a pretty good reason also that I kind of stuck around, because I was like, yeah, so I do have something to do here. I can actually show something that people are interested in. It's only the way I'm doing it that has to be a little more interesting and a little better chosen. But trust me, hashtags with something that's popular does make sense. Now, of course, if you talk about food, you cannot just put a hashtag God of War or something. It doesn't work that way. It has to be relevant to your clip, of course, but use that. For beginners like us, it's a really good weapon to, kind of fight back against, those million subscriber channels based guys, whatever. You get the point, okay? So, with all this being said and all this talk on this very short video, which probably now is 20 minutes long, 21, the way I'm filming now, what actually does happen and you have to know with this channel is, well, not really a lot for you. Just that I didn't post Blender videos this week because I am filming them, but I want to post them next week, so that I basically will always be with 1 week before the video ready, because that way I can edit them and basically be in the post-production, so to speak, with them for a longer period of time, so that I can actually have a better quality on the videos. Also, the Gamer Weekends videos are gonna come up like usual, so this Saturday we will have a video, and hopefully, and this is kind of the big announcement, actually two big announcements, I will get the texture for the robot and the 3D model for the robot this weekend. So on Saturday most probably it'll be on, and I'll make a short probably saying it. And also I will probably have the first gameplay video walkthrough or whatever on this channel, because this is something I want to do. Again, talking a lot about gaming and the game dev and stuff, I want to support indie game devs, and I will actually take games from indies and play them on this channel. Of course, I'm not gonna do it every week, I'm going to do it from time to time and post them as bonus videos, but it's just an idea. I hope it'll work. Probably we're gonna call them something like indie plays or whatever, we'll think about that, we'll have time. Probably you can actually suggest them down in the comment section. Imagine I'm talking all this about what I learned from YouTube, and this video actually does really bad. That would be really bad. And if that happens, this is a video on how not to do YouTube. And if this does not happen, if this does perform well, that's exactly how you should do it. Yeah, always be prepared for everything, man. And again, please don't expect too much. Sometimes things just don't work out and it's fine. Try again, it's gonna be okay. And with this actually being said on this positive note, and again with me basically just making this video as an excuse for not posting this week, I will tell you guys goodbye till the weekend, where we will actually see each other again on the Gamers Weekend and probably the bonus video. Until next week on the Blender video. So with this being said, I hope you have a great week, and I do hope I will see you well soon. So bye next YouTubers, and bye guys! Please subscribe to the channel, by the way. Yes, I am Yost. God damn it. Yeah, recorded!